Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. So before we get into today's video, there are two things that I want to mention. The first thing is I'm very aware, as are most people right now, of the Black Lives Matter protests occurring in America and the USA after the unfortunate death of George Floyd, who was yet another victim of police brutality. And when it comes to situations like this, I'm not going to sit here and act as though I'm qualified to talk about these types of issues. And I believe when situations like this unfortunately do occur, it's important to listen to the educated voices that are speaking out, because I'm certainly not educated on these matters. It's important for all of us to constantly be learning about each other and the world and social issues, economic issues. It's important for all of us to be aware of what's going on. So in regards to that, I'm not going to sit here and talk as though I know what I'm talking about, because I don't. I have full sympathy for anyone who has ever been unfairly persecuted or discriminated or been a victim of police brutality. And I guess the second thing that I want to mention is my output on this channel has not been great. Averaging 2 videos a week, not great. I could be doing about 5 videos a week. So I need to do better in that regard, because I feel like I, as a person, I'm meant to be an entertainer, here to entertain. So if I'm not doing that, what am I doing? Well, I've been lying in bed, miserable, which is my own responsibility to take it. Like, my mental health is my own responsibility. I do feel like I've kind of had a mental downturn for the past month, and I don't think it's lockdown related. I think I'm just finally starting to actually go mad, which is fine. I'm prepared for it. I've been waiting for this day to come. It's been a long time coming, but that's my responsibility to take care of in my private life. But I still, at the moment of lockdown, this is my only job right now, so I should be doing it properly, not just doing 2 videos a week. What's that about? I should be doing like 5 or something. It's full within my capabilities. I just need to stop lying in bed and sleeping so much and worrying about the Illuminati. It's not even a joke. And that's why I don't think I'm qualified to talk about anything, really. I know a little bit about philosophy and maybe a little bit about psychology and some stuff about addiction and a lot about aliens and a lot about UFOs and conspiracies. But other than that, I don't really know much. So I'm qualified to kind of talk about these things. Not very qualified to talk about much else. And even if I do talk about philosophy, this has nothing to do with today's video, by the way, but even if I do talk about philosophy, no one should ever listen to me anyway. I literally think the Illuminati have bugged my phone to listen to my calls, not to spy on me. I just think that they think I'm funny. So today's video is, you're probably guessing where this is going because I'm not really wearing any makeup right now. I have a favourite filter on Instagram. It's called the Tommy Blush filter, and it's fantastic. It's kind of a little bit like the makeup I usually do, but it's really extreme. There's loads of blush, loads and loads and loads of freckles, nose small, this small, and I love it so much that I now hate looking at my face without a filter. So thanks Instagram, thanks for that. You're a real one. I'm being facetious. There's so many bigger problems in the world right now. But I thought, why don't I make my face like that Instagram filter? Then I won't feel so miserable when I look at myself without a filter. Again, I'm joking, self-love is important. Wow, it sounds so sincere when I'm saying that. So let's do that, but I've also got a bunch of NYX makeup that I wanted to try out. Low energy, I know, I've been lying in bed thinking about the Illuminati. So let's do that for today's video, and I'll talk to you about the Illuminati. Actually, I won't, because I don't want to be put on I'm already on a list, but I don't want to be put higher up on the list. I've already put my moisturiser on. I've got this new moisturiser. It's this vegan Pro Collagen Plus hyaluronic acid biotin anti-aging moisturizer with dragon's blood. Did I get it because it said dragon's blood? Maybe. It is vegan and it's anti-wrinkle. So I've already moisturised. I've kind of done my eyebrows and I put on a little bit of mascara because I was looking at my face before I didn't look too great 10 minutes ago. So let's get on with today's video. This look has got to be wearable as well, because if it looks awful, I need to film a few videos in a row today. So if it looks awful, I'm just going to look stupid for the next 2 videos. I bought this Born to Glow Radiant NYX foundation. Wow, I'm so good at talking in front of a camera. It's only been a week, jeez. Of course, as always, I'm using the Jeffree Star palette as a mirror, but I do not endorse the man, and I don't suggest you buy his products, even if they are, quite good. Okay, so we want a smooth canvas for the rest of the face to be set upon, because for this look I'm going to have to put on a lot of contour and a lot of blush to minimise my square jaw, make it more angular, and sort out my nose. Can't wait till I'm rich enough to get a nose job and jaw realignment surgery. I should shut up. That looks good enough. And then with it I got the Born to Glow Radiant Concealer in some light colour. I couldn't do any swatch checks or anything because that's not allowed anymore, I guess. And oh look, it's got one of these things that are never really that good, are they? Right. Yeah, that's not the right colour. Yeah, it's not the right colour and it's not very good anyway. So I'm going to use something else. Barry M All Night Long Concealer. I'll just use that. And really just put so much of it on there because I don't think anything about this look is going to be natural, so it doesn't really matter. So I have the Pro Filter Fenty Beauty thing powder in lavender, which, would you believe that I've actually had a matcha latte and I'm still this dead behind the eyes. Which the powder gets everywhere, by the way, but it does last. I bought it a while ago and it's still got loads of powder left, which is great. So I'm just going under my eyes first. Then I'll take a bigger brush and go over the rest of my face. I'm really not in my usual stupid mood, am I? Okay, so I have a picture of my phone, which I'm going to use for reference. Yeah, I just need to contour the fuck out of my face. So I got this NYX Highlight and Contour Pro palette because for something like this, I just wanted to have more of a range than I usually have for my makeup. As usually I just stick to the same products. Why is this so much drama to get into? Why can't things just be simple? I don't really know what I'm doing, so I'm just going to do a bunch of stuff and hope for the best. Okay, I think I'm going to use this kind of lightest one on my nose and then see how that goes. Drag the shading underneath my nose to try to turn it, like the end bit, up a bit to give it the illusion of having a nose job. Okay, I think more. I think much more. Maybe it doesn't matter if it's like a bit of a mess because I'm just going to be putting loads of blusher on my face anyway. I think I'm going to use the darkest one on my cheeks. Oh. Only a little bit and then really buff it out. So I need to make my jaw smaller. Bit difficult. Okay, so I did a lot. My face looks ridiculous. I did a lot everywhere. More on the nose because that wasn't looking quite as snatched, and up here as well. And I feel like this looks really ridiculous. I need to add a tiny bit under my lip because I forgot to mention that it makes your lips really big, that filter. So I need to add a tiny bit under my lip somehow because the shadow might make my lip look bigger. Maybe add a bit of the lighter one to give the illusion of it shortening the space between my nose and my lip, thus making the lip look bigger. Theoretically, probably not in real life. If I just look like I've got a Hitler tash, fuck off. No, well, back to square one. Anyway, I got this blusher. It's just called Powder Blusher. It's by Superdrug. It's vegan. It's called Roses Are Red. I just thought it looked like it would be brighter than my normal blusher because we're going to go all over the place with this blusher. Yeah. It's not very chit-chatty, this video. I said, let's have a chat and a catch-up, but no. Excuse me, where's the colour? There was a lot of fallout in the pan. Did it all miss my brush? I remember this needs to look ridiculous. I think I said this before once upon a time, but maybe I should start a little book club on my YouTube channel of books I'm reading, books I'll recommend, that kind of thing. It'll be nice. We'll have a little community of book readers. I'm not even looking at what I'm doing. I mean, yeah, I guess. That's kind of what it looks like. Okay, no, so it needs to be even more than this. Wow. Right, so I have a few books that I need to finish reading. 21 Lessons for the 21st Century, Yuval Noah Harari, who wrote Sapiens. Good book. Trying to read this, right, but it depresses me because we're basically just bio-robots. Humans are basically just robots. But with like flesh and stuff, and it's very depressing because it keeps making me think, well, what are we? What am I? Am I just a robot? Is everything just electronic signals to my brain? Yeah, anyway. So this isn't really very wearable, and I've got to do more videos after this, and I think it would be a power move if I kept this makeup on. I should get started on the freckles. I bought a eyebrow pencil, NYX Professional Microbrow Pencil. I've used these before, they're okay. I'm just going to use that for the freckles. I'm going to do the freckles off camera because this is going to be tedious if it does. Well, let's see if it works on camera first. Oh, no, I mean, you can't see that on my hand, so I think I got it in the wrong. That's great. Okay, love that. Right. Yeah, that's not going to turn up at all. Let me think of something, and I'm going to come back with freckles, hopefully. I'm so overdoing this. I'm so over. There was a moment. So I made the freckles by like getting this, getting some of the contour, scraping it off, putting it in a little cup, adding some mist setting spray. Fucking hell. Adding some setting spray, stirring that around, then like flicking it on my face. And there was a moment when I was doing that when I realized that this is not, unless I can pull this around, this is not wearable. I'm gonna have to redo my makeup to do my other videos that I need to get out. And I am over this. Right, I'm going to... What am I going to do with my life? I'm going to add make my eyes bigger by adding this nude. I don't know if you can see. Like, the level of freckles that... There was no need for this, but everything about this look is a bit over the top, so... It's as if this is a look. I'm not going to go out wearing this. I'm not going to go out full stop, so it doesn't really matter, does it? I'm going to do mascara and lashes, and then I'll be back again. Okay, so for the next bit, I need to overline my lips, but I can't find my normal lip colour thing that I use. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but my lips are kind of going down. So as soon as lockdown's over, I'm going straight back to my dentist. What I'm going to try to do, because we're throwing out all conventional beauty norms with this video, I'm going to overline my lips with this NYX. Again, weird. This is in my drawer. Not the weirdest thing in the world, really, is it? That was a bit of an overreaction. I need to calm down. I'm getting a headache. I think I've put myself in such a bad mood that I'm giving myself a headache. Kitten heels. This is the colour it is. I'm going to try and overline, because it's mainly the top lip that's overlined. I'm going to try and... We'll see what happens. What I've done is I've just put this NYX lip oil on top because I just really like this lip oil. Now here's the problem. I don't think this looks that bad from what I can see, but it might look really bad in real life. So I have a choice to make. I either put on eyelashes and I commit to wearing this for the next 2 videos I'm going to do, or I don't. I'm just going to check and... I'm going to take the memory card out quickly, check to see what it looks like, because I can only see a little screen, and then make an informed decision, BRB. On camera, it looks fine, normal even. In real life, this looks way more extreme, but on camera, seems to look okay from what I just checked from the footage. So I'm kind of a little bit annoyed about that, because it just looks like I'm complaining about nothing for nothing, which in a way I am. But oh well, the show must go on. Right, so we're going to commit to this. Lashes and setting spray, really. Okay, no joke, for the past 20 minutes, I've just been lying in my bed, wishing I could go back to sleep, but I committed to this. This might be one of the worst videos I've ever done. The energy has been low, the personality, non-existent. I didn't even finish what I was saying about the whole book club idea. 2020 has been a year, hasn't it? If you could say anything, you could say it's been a year. So at the moment, I've got a lot of books that I just haven't finished reading. I got this, Less Than Nothing by Slavoj Žižek, my favourite Slovenian philosopher, communist philosopher. And I'm using Simulacra and Simulation as a bookmark. This is about Hegel, I don't know. And I bought it because I thought, oh, it looks impressive. Look how thick that is. No, that's not why I bought it. I really do like Slavoj Žižek. I've listened to him talk, lecture a few times. Brilliant. He's got big cocaine energy and I can respect that. So I just figured, well, maybe I should actually try reading this. And I'm a few pages in and this isn't just a makeup video. We're having a little philosophy session. I'm a few pages in and this is, it's a lot. I'm going to read you a little passage right at the beginning. It sums up my mental state, I think. One should thus also invert Elizabeth Kubler-Ross's 5 stages of how we relate to the proximity of death in the Kierkegaardian sense of the sickness unto death, as the series of 5 attitudes towards the unbearable fact of immortality. So like the 5 stages of grief, basically. One first denies it. What immortality? After my death I will just dissolve into dust. Then one explodes into anger. What a terrible predicament I'm in. No way out. This is where I'm at. For the past 20 plus years. One continues to bargain. Okay, but it is not me who is immortal, only the undead part of me, so one can live with it. Then one falls into depression. What can I do with myself when I am condemned to stay here forever? Finally, one accepts the burden of immortality. Yeah. So, I'm going to read this. I'm going to try to 1,000 pages on Hegel, and Lacan and whatever Slavoj wants to talk about. He probably bangs on about, I don't know, Batman Begins at some point in it. Simulacra and Simulation. Now, the Wazowski sisters, the directors of The Matrix, they required it so that the cast would have to read this book and another book, and they would have to understand it, otherwise they wouldn't get the part. So they had to do like a little project before they could even get the parts to be in The Matrix. So, you know, Keanu Reeves, he's read this and he's very smart, because I've tried to read this and it's a lot. I'll read you an example. We live in a world where there is more and more information and less meaning. Consider 3 hypotheses. Either information produces meaning in a negentropic factor, but cannot make up for the brutal loss of signification in every domain. Despite efforts to re-inject message and content, meaning is lost and devoured faster than it can be re-injected. In this case, one must appeal to a base productivity to replace fading media. This is the whole ideology of free speech, of media broken into innumerable individual cells of transmission, that is, into anti-media, pirate radio, etc. Or information has nothing to do with signification. It is something else, an operational model of another order, outside of meaning and of the circulation of meaning, strictly speaking. This is Shannon. Well, I don't know why I'm reading this. I just realised what I was doing then. Why am I reading this out to my... So, let's start a book club and let's read some philosophy. And I listen to a lot of books. I do listen to a lot of books on Audible. I know Amazon isn't the best company, but... what can you do? What can you do when I've already spent £30 worth of credits on Audible? There's your homework, guys. Go read some Slavoj Žižek and tell me what you think. I'm reading a lot of philosophy at the moment because at the beginning of the video I did say that philosophy is one of my interests, so I know a little bit here and there about it. But I am heavily considering doing a degree in philosophy. One of the 6-year ones that I could do part-time, 20 hours a week. I'm heavily considering that at the moment. Philosophy and psychology. Most people go for philosophy, politics and economics. Is it economics? Yeah, not ethics, economics. But I think out of the ones I looked at, I would want to go for philosophy and psychology because it's more about what am I? Why am I here? Am I just a robot doomed to turn to dust? What if there is something after this life? Doomed to be trapped in something else forever? yeah. Hope I haven't given anyone too much of an existential crisis. That is all for this video. I hope... If you could say anything, I guess you could say it was a video. I'm not even going to say like, comment, subscribe. See you next time, guys. Oh, and I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video, if anyone's going on protest at the moment, be safe, be vigilant, look after each other. See you next time, guys.